Hello, friends, it's Meshy time. Realizing this is the biggest and most in-depth... in-depth. That's the wrong word. It's the biggest, most complex illustration I've done so far on the channel. Alright. So here's the question, is where am I happy with the way that everything is posed here? And I think the key in a lot of cases is going to be to make things a little bit smaller. So remembering this is a big poster size thing, so stuff can be smaller and still carry. I like that better already. Just so's I don't get confused. Realizing that by the time this video goes up, there will be a new episode of Meshy that I haven't seen yet at the time of recording. So there's actually spoilers I can't give you. I haven't really been talking anything spoiler-like, honestly, which I'm happy that I haven't. I love this show, and I feel like everybody should get to experience it. I gotta start thinking about how I want to fit food in. So, I figured out what we're going to do vis-a-vis a certain cat-like character. Izitsumi is really easy to understand as a character when you cotton on to the cat thing. I joke frequently with my friend about just the interplay between various characters. This is real rough. And the Marcel Fallon relationship is a source of never-ending amusement for us. But I'm out here trying to find somebody for my boy Laios, and that one of my favorite ones is I was saying Laios and Izutsumi, but there's no romantic aspect to it at all. He just wants to eat her. That's always where my Laios relationships end up. Is like, no, he's not actually interested in any kind of romance. He just wants to eat them. I think it all started with saying, how many times do you think you'd have to meet Laios before he asked if he could take a bite of your hand or something? Just to see what it tasted like. So I did something similar to this with in my Cowboy Bebop drawing with Ed, and I really liked it. So that's what I decided I would do for Izutsumi. That way she's here. Because it's like, they added her to the opening credits. She's obviously here to stay. And one of my favorite things about Izutsumi is how much she hates Laios. And I don't mean hate, it's like, it's cat-like, right? Just kind of like that, real, feline animosity. Costumed quite similarly to Chilchuk. Not exactly the same, but the jerkin scarf combo. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, we've reached the point in the drawing where it's time to make some decisions, essentially. So the first thing I'm going to do is take all of my beautiful, what is this? Oh, that's nothing. Get rid of that. First thing I'm going to do is take all of my beautiful little character sketches that include the entire character, and I'm going to copy the folder. That way, take some of the pressure off me if I mess something up. A lot of getting through these drawings for me is about combating anxiety, right? And combating the feeling that, oh my God, if I mess something up, I'm going to have to quit, which is an ever-present fear. I've been doing this for more than a decade, and that feeling never goes away. So you just gotta learn to deal with it. And one of the ways that I deal with it is creating duplicates, because if you have a backup, then it's fine, right? And it really, and I almost never return to my backup copy after I start doing the work on the quote-unquote original. I almost never go back to my backup copy. I do sometimes. Maybe 5% of the time I will go back to the backup copy. And half of the time in that 5%, I'll go back to the backup copy to look at it and go, you know what? No, I don't need it. But it's a peace of mind thing. It's nice to know that it's there, just in case. And it helps me, get on with my life and get on with my drawing. Spend a lot of time figuring out, what are your tools, right? And when you're doing art, your tools are not just your art tools. There's your mental strategies and mechanisms that you use to get this stuff done, to stay motivated and to keep working and to get over your bad feelings. You hear about imposter syndrome all the time. It does truly affect everybody who works on stuff. You're going to have those moments where you say, who do I think I'm fooling? Why am I doing this? I'm not any good. I can't keep it up. And look, maybe this isn't great advice, but it's what I've done, and it's like brute forcing through that and saying, shut up, me, shut up, and just keeping working and keeping, trusting the process, trusting the techniques, trusting that if you keep working on it, you're going to come up with something that you like, has helped me a lot in fighting through imposter syndrome. You've got to think about your brain sometimes like you're more than one person. And I do that all the time. I talk about past me and future me and treat them like different people almost. Not just that though, you've got your negative internal voice. That's a character inside of yourself. You've got positive can-do spirit. There's a lot of things, right? And they all kind of come together to be the person that you know, to be the individual that you are. I'll draw Kinsuke. Kinsuke is part of the party too. But you hear about like the concept of the two wolves. The one that wins is the one you feed. That old gem. And I think that, you know, you have a lot of forces at work within yourself that all kind of have their own ideas about who you are as a person. And you don't always get to decide which of those wins out, unfortunately. If it were that easy, nobody would have problems. Nobody would have... If it were that easy, it would be that easy. This is something. It's time to start thinking about food. Time to be brave. Oh baby, it's all one layer now. I've still got my backup though, just in case. Alright. Gonna hit some of these, sharpen up some of these outlines a little bit. This Izitsumi is really funny to me because it's like I whinged and whined and went back and forth about whether or not I wanted to put her in the drawing. And then as soon as I decided that yes, I needed to, it was like it had been waiting inside me all along, this idea. Even going back to the beginning of the video when I was talking, or the beginning of the series when I was talking about what goes, there needs to be something there to be a focal point for the golden ratio. There needs to be something there, but what could it be? It's like we knew in the brain somewhere. Anyways. Alright. Everybody loves Marcel. If you don't, get off my YouTube channel. It really is like, honestly, would fight and die for any of the Dungeon Meshi. For any of the Dungeon Meshies. Anime really can make you believe in the power of friendship. That's one of those things that is like I said, I'm working my way through the One Piece. And it's like, if you read One Piece, and if you get to the end of a One Piece arc and you're not ready to go out and fight and die for your friends, like, what was even the point? I was talking with a friend of mine who is current on One Piece, and I'm doing my best to get there, but it's long. But at first I used to joke, I'm like, boy, when I first started the manga and the anime, because I'm going back and forth between the two. But when I first started it, I was like, boy, the friggin' One Piece better not be the friends we made along the way. That would be so disappointing when I first started it. And like, boy, don't pull that kind of crap on me. And the point I'm at now, It was right at the end of Enies Lobby where I was like, remember what I said before? I would like to completely reverse my opinion now. If the One Piece, if you don't open the One Piece and it's a scrap of paper from Gold Roger that says "Treasure your friends," I'm gonna tear up all of these books. It has to be that now, right? Like, that's the whole point. I love all the Straw Hats. That's another thing about, and Meshi's the same way. We'll bring this back home to what we're actually talking about here, which is Dungeon Meshi. But you know, the with the Straw Hat Pirates, it's like there were some that I liked and some that I didn't at the outset, and now it's like, no, all of them are gold, all of them are angels. I love them all. I feel the same way about the Meshi characters, where it's like, no, every single one of them is a golden treasure. Oh, I never started my timer, but I look at how long I've been recording and I see that this episode is almost over. But I'm really happy with where we are right now. Truly. All right, so we're in a pretty good spot with this, and there's just a couple of things that I'll be tapping in as we finish up the video here. But this is looking really good, and I'm very happy with how it's going. And to kind of give you some insight into what the next steps are going to be, the next few episodes are probably going to be me making small adjustments to the sketch and tightening up everything to be the way I want it to be. After that, we're going to be putting in some foodstuffs, because that's a big part of the show that I haven't really been able to get into the drawing just yet, so get excited for that. And hey, my usual plea for you to subscribe to the channel, for you to like the videos, for you to comment on the videos. Please check out my Ko-fi page, link in the description. That's where all the fan art polls are going to be from now on. This piece that we're working on right now, this entire series was decided by poll. This is what you asked for. Maybe not you specifically, but if it wasn't you specifically, now you know how you can get in on the next one. Like I said, we were neck and neck here between doing a Pokemon thing and doing a Dungeon Meshi thing. Dungeon Meshi won by one vote, so you'll see Pokemon in the mix again. Don't you worry. But this is, again, the result of a fan art poll. So those fan art polls are going to be living on the Ko-fi page now. That's where you're going to have to go to vote. Of course, there will be some kind of membership tiers that you can get exclusive comic subscriptions, exclusive video content, behind the scenes content, all kinds of cool stuff to enrich your experience. Of course, there's also ways to support for free as well. You can subscribe to my free newsletter, link in the description. Of course, just subscribe to the channel, like videos, comment on videos, tell your friends, that kind of thing. Or just leave a one-off tip too. That is always appreciated. Every little bit helps, every little bit counts, no matter what. Even if it's just a kind word for the day, that makes my day every single time. So I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, working on these drawings. We're getting somewhere with this, and I'm really happy with how it's shaping up. I hope you are too. I hope you're excited to see where we go next with it. So we'll see you next time.